Welcome everyone to week 8. I chose this image because can you believe it? It's already halfway through the semester and you're almost there. And for some of you, you're about ready to graduate. So keep it up and I wish everyone all the best. So let's go ahead and jump into Module 8. We're going to start with the assignment summary. Of course, you should be watching the video, which currently you are. Then the module review will be that you're going to read Chapter 6 and review the PowerPoint presentation for Chapter 6. The assignments will be the course participation top 10 topics, which I'll touch on here in a minute. The Chapter 6 Learn Smart assignment. The case study, which will be on Sirius Satellite Radio. The Globus simulation, mid-game peer evaluations, something new. The Globus simulation Year 10 report, which you should be familiar with, and also the Globus simulation decisions for Year 10. Last but not least is the Chapter 6 quiz. Let me go ahead and scroll down. We'll start with the course participation top 10 topics. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to pick, as a team, your top 10 topics that you felt was most important throughout the semester so far. It could be from your textbook, Globus, discussion boards, case studies, or reports, or conversations you have had with your team member. It's all up to you, okay? Now, it's just not going to be a PowerPoint presentation. You have to include audio and or video. Last semester, most students just did audio. There wasn't too many that did video. It would be nice video, but if you just do audio, that's fine. If you would say, well, what do you mean by audio? Well, very similar to what I'm doing right now. You see something on the screen, and I'm telling you what that topic is pertaining to that's on the screen. Now, I'm using Camtasia, and I realize most of you don't have access to Camtasia. So you can actually use the built-in feature in PowerPoint, if you want to use PowerPoint, to record your audio. So let me just show you a quick glance of the option for recording within PowerPoint. Okay, so within PowerPoint, you should see the recording tab. If you don't, you may have to add it to the menu, but most likely by default, it's already there for you. So you can actually record audio per slide. If you will say, well, how's that going to work out with the team? What I would suggest, if you use PowerPoint, you don't have to. There's many different other ones you can choose from. Is, say I, as a team member, start the PowerPoint presentation. I did a few slides. I recorded mine. Then you could email it or share it through a OneDrive or any kind of cloud storage. So the other team members can go ahead and open it up and add their slides and their audio to the slides. So that's how you can accomplish the assignment. Like I said, you don't have to use PowerPoint. But most likely that's what majority of you are used to, though. It would make the assignment probably easier to you, though. I did this last semester, and it went over very well because most people had experience with PowerPoint. They never recorded audio within PowerPoint. This is going to give you another chance to learn another skill set. Of course, next we have the Learn Smart for Chapter 6 and the quiz and the case study, which is Sirius XM, which you should be familiar with the format of that. So I'm going to keep on moving down. Next, we have the Globus simulation mid-game peer evaluations. Okay, you will be evaluating yourself and your team members on 12 different factors, and you will have an opportunity to include any additional written comments if you choose to. Okay, the contents of the peer and self-evaluations will be provided to the instructor, but will not be reported to your co-managers. So feel free to be honest. I will not be sharing it. In an ideal situation, I would share them. But the fear is if I do, it may really damage a certain team. So that's why I found that last semester not sharing them and that information really only be for me. The instructor, not for the students, is better off. If you say, well, why even provide that information then I could tell who's doing all the work. Is it evenly distributed? Is one team member doing a lot more than another team member? So then when it comes to grading, I know really what to start looking out for. So please be honest. With that said, after the fact, if you find yourself putting some negative comments about a team member, make sure you give them an opportunity to kind of address them. If you never bring it up to them, they may or may not know. So, but with that said, they won't know because you put it on the peer evaluation because they won't see it. All right, the Year 10 report. everyone should know by now all about the report, so I'm not going to go in depth. Most teams, you're already meeting expectations, exceeding expectations when it comes to yearly reports. The only pushback that I keep on putting in most of the comments is change the formatting. I realize if this was a true annual report, the format most likely would be the same. But as you know, this is not a true annual report. An annual report wouldn't change the questions every single year. Okay, right now you see there's 7 questions. These are not the same 7 questions you answered for last year. Okay, so keep that in mind. This is not a true annual report. You will complete one of those during year 15. Okay, so the whole purpose of making you change the formatting is to gain experience with different styles. You may work for a company and they may have the formatting, but you may be able to improve it. But if I don't ever have you change the formatting or the style, then whatever they give you, you're just take and run with it. So, but that's the concept of, if you're struggling with exactly what I'm looking for, reach out to me. I provided a few examples to some other teams, so I'm open to that because I never want the assignment to be frustrating. I just want you to be able to focus on it. Last but not least is the year 10 decisions. Of course, by now everyone's got this under control. So let's go ahead and jump into Globus and review year 9. As you can see, here's the year 9 scoreboard. We have company I still leading the charge at a weighted score of 104 for year 9. But look who's second though, company E. They gained +3 at 99. And then we have company B. They dropped 5. Now keep in mind this is only the year 9 scoreboard. We'll get to game to date here in a second. And then you have company F. They gained a little ground. Everyone at least increased a few points except company B and company G. With that said, company G, you're at 82 for year 9, so you're not that far off, so keep it up. Let's go ahead and look at the game to date scoreboard. We have company I leading charge at 107, then you have company B at 100. Company D and company E are both at 99, so they're tied for third. Great job. And then we have company H at 96, and then we have 96, and then 94, and then we have kind of that break point with company A at 86 and company G at 85. With all that said, it's still tight. If company I takes a dip at all, company B or company D or E could pass them easily. And so don't give up company A or G, because maybe you may not come first place within the competition, but it'd be great to see you in the top 3 or 4, and it's all still very possible. So let's go ahead and look at earnings per share, return on equity, and stock price. Okay, earnings per share. Company I is best of show at 8.88. They have been leading the way through year 6 all the way to year 9. Everyone met expectation except A and G. But if you notice A and G, the prices are still better because year 8 for A was 2.67. For year 9, it's 3.90. For G, year 8 was 290, and now it's 399. Everyone else met expectations, so keep it up. Return on equity. This has kind of been going back and forth. First year 6, I had it, then company B had it for a couple years, and now as you see, company E has it. And that's one of the companies I mentioned that made some good gains for year 9. So they had the best at 45.1. Everyone met expectations except company G, but even company G increased it from 26.7 to 27.9. So it seems that everyone is figuring this out. Next we have stock price. Company I is still leading charge, and it's even increasing. Year 8 was 198.11. Year 9 is 270.67. So great job, Company I. It's going to be tough to catch them if they continue that. But with that said, everyone else is meeting expectations. So I guess what you should be shooting for is trying to somehow catch Company I, or hopefully they falter one or the other. Next we have credit rating. Everyone's at A. No problems there. Everyone's meeting expectations. Image rating. This has been jumping around a while. Year 6 it was E. Year 7 it was E. Then year 8 it was D. Year 9 now it's D and I. So great job. Look at I's leading charge, and they have the best image rating. Well, I should say tied with company D. Now everyone's not meeting expectations, so I'm not going to say that. Most are meeting expectations. Company C stayed the same, but their investors are expecting more than 73. And Company F actually dropped a couple points. In Company G, they went up 1, but as you can see, they started at year 6 at 72, and then they went 73, then 70, and then now they're at 71. So watch yourself there. You can give up a little bit of your image rating to make more profit, but you don't want it to go too much. Okay, now we're going to jump into the competitive intelligence reports for North America. Okay, so price. Average is 332. Let's see what jumps out to me. Company B is at 40. Company B is at 450. And let's see what's on the low end. It looks like Company G is at 230. So we see the high, we have a lot in the middle, and then we see the low. And then let's just talk about how many models we have here. It looks like 2, 3, and even 4 with Company I. Warranty period, we have anywhere from 90 to 360 days for the warranty. And then most importantly, we jump to market share, because everything else doesn't really matter if you don't have any market share. So let's go ahead and look at the market share. It looks like Company I has the largest market share. It's not that surprising to me. They are leading the charge here. They're at 14.6. They're selling theirs at 309 with a PQ rating at 5.3. Then the next market share is 14.5, so they're not far behind at all, just a fraction here. They're selling at 295 with 5.6. So you can clearly see that D and I are pretty much competing for the same market for the most part. The only difference that jumps out to me right away is Company I has 4 models and Company D only has 3. But you can gain so much from these reports. Now, some of you may say, hey, I want to go on the high end and that's my market. Well, that's fine, but if you're on the high end, you better have a great PQ rating. Company B has 6.3. Fantastic, but Company H has 6.8. So watch yourself. Moving down to the drone segment. The average price is $1,469. Let's see who has the high price. Is Company B at $2,000. It looks like Company H has the lowest at $1,050. There's all kinds of discount to retailers. It looks like 20% is Company F is giving up. That might be a little steep for you. PQ rating, it looks like the highest one is 6.5, and they're only selling for $1,750. It looks like the highest PQ rating is 6.5. And they're selling at $1,750, which is the highest price. Makes sense if they have the best PQ rating. If we jump all the way down to the market share, we see at market share of 13.9, Company I is the highest. Go back up top, let's look at the price for the drone. It's $1,275. The PQ rating is 5.1. Okay, so who's next then? Looks like Company D is at 12.9. They're selling at $1,395 with a PQ rating at 5.5. So very close, not too far off. Except Company I's PQ rating is a little bit lesser, but so is their price. So that's a great thing that you definitely want to look at this data to try to determine, do you want to go on the high end, low end, or do you want to compete against everyone else? So that's all I had for this week. Please contact me if you have any questions. Have a great week.